Hello everyone, it's your girl Asia from Long Range Fangirl Channel. Welcome back to my channel. So I know y'all probably wondering why I haven't made any Degrassi content. I've kind of been like taking a little mini break from watching season 14 because the season just drives me nuts. I'm like over here thinking if I take too much of a break, I won't finish it or whatever. At this point, I kind of don't even really want to like review the. I think you know what I'm gonna do instead of just reviewing the rest of the videos I have. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna watch all the last episodes I got, and I'm gonna just make one big ass review. Like talk about I'm just say the last whatever the last 2 episodes I want to talk about. That's my favorite from the season. However many there's left, I gotta take a look at my piece of paper. I'm going to just say the last episodes I got to review and just talk about everything that's important in that because I'm okay ready for this shit to be done and over with. Like, I'm so fucking ready to wrap these episodes up to the point where it's like, I haven't been watching, so I think since I'm going to go with that idea, just talk about all the episodes in just one fucking video that is left. I'm going to just do that and then try to come on here as fast as I can to review them because I'm ready to, like, no shit, I'm ready to wrap this season up, like, no cap. But this is not a Degrassi review I'm doing. I want to talk about a movie that I watched last night. It's called Zipper. It came out in 2015. It's starring Patrick Wilson, as you guys know him from the Conjuring universe. So boom, let me just get into this movie because I don't want to waste any time. I just want to say this. I feel like movies today have a really big problem when it comes to nudity. And I'm not saying that as someone who's a prude or doesn't like seeing sex. Come on now. Everybody in the world has watched porn or whatever it might be that you do in the comfort of your home or the comfort of your peace. What I'm saying is, movies today would throw sex scenes in there or just throw nudity in there and then they would totally forget to tell you what the actual story is, right? So I'm watching this movie and the whole time I'm watching this movie for an hour, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck was I supposed to get while watching this movie. What was I supposed to get? You saw a handsome guy like Patrick Wilson, who was very fucking fine, very, very handsome. You threw him in a movie where he's having like top-notch nudity scenes, top-notch sex scenes with escorts, but they don't ever tell you why his character is addicted to porn, addicted to masturbating, addicted to having sex with women he see online. They never tell you anything. They just, after he had that one encounter with that woman when he was in he's a prosecutor, a lawyer, I guess you could say. So he's trying to work his way up to becoming mayor of the town. So when they had the case or whatever the fuck they want to call it, with escorts, his business being shut down because it's illegal in their town. When he had that talk with that woman, by basically when she said that men who have sex with women who are escorts, they do it to reveal their fantasies or they do it to escape or whatever it might be that they want to do it for, they do it. And I think when she said that, that's what made him like want to get into it. But it's like, okay, so he's fucking around on different bitches in an escort business because a woman told him like, men who, do it to reveal their fantasies if they, watch porn or whatever it might be that they do. And it's like, that's not a good enough of a plot to me because I feel like this movie was telling like 3 different fucking stories. Like, literally, like, there was like a point where I'm thinking, okay, if he is the way he is because of his mother, because, he said at a very young age, his name, Sam, Patrick Wilson's character, he said at a very young age his mother died from liver cancer because, she used to do drugs, she used to drink a lot. But I was thinking, okay, was there something in his past, in his childhood, where his mother, was touching him sexually that made him feel like, was she part of a business? Was she a prostitute? Was she anything like the women he sleep with to where it's like it makes him feel normal to do this with women? And, like, I just don't understand. Like, the movie was telling, like, a whole bunch of different stories and just instead of just telling one for me to understand that I was really confused because it's like, I don't think the movie should have went with him sleeping with women. And I say that because if you're not going to go if we're not gonna do a full fledged compelling story where we understand as an audience that okay, this is why Sam sleeps with different women. Instead, there was no talk, there was no explanation, there was no nothing. They just went ahead and just was like, oh yeah, after he had that encounter with that one escort for the case, and she said what she said about, men doing it to reveal their fantasies, he just figured, okay, let me go ahead and just do it. Let me sign up, be a client for the escort business, and I'm going to just do this every regularly. And it's just like, I don't understand. To me, in my opinion, I feel like he was a sex addict, and not just because. I feel like he was a sex addict because it wasn't ever enough, if that makes sense. It didn't matter how many women he slept with, it wasn't enough. It was not, like, it didn't fulfill him, like, that didn't satisfy him. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. It didn't matter how many women he slept with or how many women he desired over. It wasn't enough. Like, it didn't satisfy him. Like, I remember one part of the movie where he was, like, giving a speech to all his colleagues, and he said the last thing on this planet you want to do is pretend to be someone that you're not. And as he's speaking, they're showing, like, a montage of him fucking different escorts and whatnot. And I'm thinking, okay, is the movie trying to tell us, that, he's putting on a facade that even though he walk around and try to be, like, the town's, righteous man, he's a good father, good husband, but underneath that, he doing infidelity, he's doing adultery. Like, I just didn't understand the movie because the first escort he had sex with, before they even got into having sex, they just was having, like, a natural conversation, and she was just asking him, like, if he's married, why is he, doing escorts? And he said that he just feel like things with him and his wife is, like, kind of estranged, and, they are not, sexually towards each other as they were when they were young, because he said they've been together since they've been in high school or college, either or, one of those. And he said they haven't really been sexually towards each other. And he said he don't know if it's because she cheated on him when they was in school just before they had got married. So he don't know, maybe that's one of the reasons that it might have been it been estranged. And the escort asked him, I think her name was Christy. She asked him, is it because of that, or is it things that she just won't do in the bedroom? And he said she's not sure, he gets. So I'm just thinking, okay, still again, a lot of questions and answers, because it's like, myself, I want to know why is it, because it's not like him and his wife aren't sexually attracted towards each other, because there was a scene when they did have sex with each other. So it's like, okay, we found out that clearly isn't the problem. So what the fuck is the problem? And they never said if he had an STI or an STD, because when he was in the shower, he found a bump on his penis. So they never said whether or not he had a sexual disease. Then later on in the movie, they got him fucking his wife, whether or not, we don't know if he got an STI or STD. Like, this movie didn't go with the right realistic approach. I feel like it didn't take more of a realistic approach, because I don't know, I just feel like it just didn't make sense to me. Like, how do you, like, it just, like, movies today really don't, they really, like, lack strong POVs. Like, they don't even try to develop a character. You have an hour of a movie film, there should be something you should be willing to tell us about our main character. I just found Sam to just be a fuckboy. Like, okay, he a hypocrite. Honestly, like, when the reporter who said they've been following him around for about a month, knowing he was sleeping around with different women, when he called him a hypocrite, I said, yeah, he is a hypocrite, because you walk around and act like you just this righteous man. Well, honestly, you out here doing infidelity with your wife, and you like to pace around with a smile, act like you better than everybody else at the job, at the office, when you know better. You out here doing what probably half the niggas in our office is doing, except they're not getting caught. You are. Yes, he is a hypocrite, but it's like, again, it's like, I just don't understand you just, you know, hire someone who's handsome just to have sex with multiple women. That's the problem with movies today. They don't even have a good script. It's like, let's just write a movie with nudity, tons of sex scenes. Let's get a man who was handsome and who the women are attracted to sexually, and let's just throw him in there and let's just make him do this. Because I'm not going to pretend and lie. Patrick Wilson is a very handsome man. Very, very handsome. And he's also a really great actor. He's a phenomenal actor. Like, watching him in The Conjuring and then watching him in the movie last night, he had some really good scenes where, you know, when he was, I enjoyed the scene with him and the one girl, I don't even know her name, when, you know, he started crying and just, you know, feeling like, you know, he never expected things to get so bad with him, you know, getting addicted to having sex with the girls. It's just, you know, he said he just wanted to escape from everything. And I feel like in him and his wife's conversation, I don't know if they would make it seem like, you know, that, you know, everything that he's been trying to do when it comes to being a prosecutor is because of the American dream. Like, his wife is forcing him to have the American dream, but he just feel like the American dream is at what cost. And, you know, when him and his wife got into an argument when he finally confessed to her that he was, you know, cheating on her with women, and, you know, she asked him how many of them did he sleep with. 7, 10. He said, what's the matter? And, you know, she said that she can admit things like marriage did get strained, and it stopped being as passionate, but she didn't go out and fuck different guys. She made herself a vegetable garden. He could have found something else in his time to do if he couldn't stand her. And I just feel like, I don't get it. Ooh. She's not even mad that he cheated. She's more mad that there was 1,000 things he could have done than cheat. What? Like, she said if he would have had an affair, she wouldn't have been as upset. And it's like, that's nothing. This movie still don't make sense. How am I supposed to feel bad for his wife if honestly she's saying, you know what, I really don't give a fuck. You know, you sleeping with multiple women, that's not why I'm mad. She literally said that. She said she wasn't even mad that he slept with multiple women. She was more mad that he saw women, like, on the online stuff, like the escorts, like how he saw them. She was more mad that that's how he viewed women, like sexual objects or something to be used for his sexual desires. Not at the fact that, you know, he didn't fuck multiple women while being married to you. And she told this nigga had he had an affair, she wouldn't have been so upset. It's like, what? How am I supposed to be upset or feel bad for her if you're basically telling me, oh, they together because of image and how it looks for the town? Why am I supposed to care for this movie again? It's just like, okay, so Patrick Wilson is hot and you just threw him in here to have multiple sex scenes. Got it. That's the real plot of the movie to me. The real plot. Because this movie lacked anything compelling. Like, it's probably a movie I would probably watch once and never watch it again because it lacked so much compelling stuff. Like I said, Patrick Wilson is a phenomenal actor. Like, his scenes in the movie were definitely good. Like, how they showed how he was struggling sexually. Like, even when he tried to not, you know, have sex with the escorts, he just couldn't because the women at his job, you know, they would wear short blouses or wear short skirts or dresses. They just reminded him of the escorts, or he just needed to do something sexually. I feel like he was a sex addict. And they didn't want to, like, they wanted to sugarcoat it. It's like, no. I shouldn't have to guess. Just say it. I don't know why they didn't make him say it. He was a sex addict, or at least becoming one. The fuck, because it was becoming a sex addict because damn near at that point, if he going to work and thinking, oh, I need to make an appointment with this escort business, one of my clients, or with a client, he's a sex addict. He couldn't work. He couldn't do any. He couldn't manufacture. He couldn't do anything without thinking of setting up that next appointment to fuck an escort. Literally, when him and his wife was at the party and they had left, this nigga was in the office. This nigga was in the office looking on he was in his study, not his office, he was in his study in the house on a laptop making an appointment. Wife walked in, damn near half naked, with his shirt on, with nothing underneath, with a bottle in her hand, said we should be celebrating. And it's like, bro, you're at your. This is how comfortable he done got with doing this shit. That he do this shit at work when he make appointments. He do it at home. Like, come on, like I feel like. Because early on in the movie, when he was talking to one of the women in his office, you know, they started kissing and shit like that. But he said he didn't want to do anything with her because they work in the same workspace and that he didn't want it to be her secret. I thought the movie should have went with that approach. I thought they should have made him have an affair instead of sleeping with multiple women and then never saying he was a sex addict or going really in on saying why is he so addicted to having sex with women. I ain't really want to talk too much about this movie. It was just something I wanted to get off my chest because, you know, movies is, you know, something I really like, and, you know, I'll be trying to watch different movies to try to understand, but it's like, child, I don't get it. Movies today, and, you know, I'm not saying all of them, because some of them, you know, I really think it depends on the writer of the movie, right? And I think whatever movie production, they need to just stop accepting anything. Please stop accepting anything and stop putting good actors in mediocre movies for nothing. Like, put a good actor in a movie to where it tells a fucking story, not just a bunch of mumbo jumbo and a bunch of garbage. Like movies today, they can have strong plots. Like, there are movies you can see that be like, oh, this might actually be really good, and then when you watch it, it disappoints you because it's like, oh shit, they hyped it up in the trailer, but it was nowhere near as good when you saw it. Joker 2, Folie à Deux, yeah. Because Joker 2, the trailer was way better than the actual movie. Joker Folie à Deux was 2 hours. It told you absolutely nothing. If anything, that movie makes me very, very upset because there was a lot in that movie I just did not like so much. And I'm not going to talk about it because I've already made damn near like 3 fucking videos on why I don't like Joker Folie à Deux and why I don't like how they tried to make it seem like that Arthur was a monster when honestly he was a victim of so much shit. But nobody ever want to talk about that. He's not really the real villain at all. When you watch Joker 2019 back, you really realize he was never the villain. Never. He became what he became due to circumstances. Society made him who he was. But ain't none of y'all ready to clock that seat up. None of y'all. So, yeah, I feel like this different movie should have went with more of an affair approach than to just have him sleep with multiple women. Because it didn't work out within their favor. Because like I said, movies today and TV shows, they just throw in sex scenes and just throw in sexy scenes to where it's like, okay, where's the story at? How am I supposed to connect with a character? How am I supposed to get behind a character? If they have no depth, if you're telling me this story doesn't have no storylines, it's just, oh, they're just, you know, bumping and grinding. Okay, you didn't really need to make this a TV show with 10 episodes or make it a movie an hour long if it's just going to be a whole bunch of bumping and grinding. You feel me? So, that's all I really got to say. This movie is meh. I would never watch it again. It was okay. I do feel like Patrick Wilson and the woman who played his wife, Jeanette, I thought they were the best thing about the movie because I feel like they were great actors. Other than that, this movie is mid. Catch you guys in my next video.